The whistleblower who exposed Israel's nuclear secrets and has already served a sentence for it has been placed under house arrest. Mordechai Vanunu is accused of violating the terms of his parole by giving an interview to an Israeli TV station. The former nuclear technician was given 18 years for treason and espionage. That's after he leaked details of Israel's atomic weapons program. He was released in 2004, but hasn't exactly been a free man since. Vanunu's banned from leaving Israel or speaking to foreigners. He made 7 attempts to overturn those conditions, but all of his appeals were rejected. US whistleblower Daniel Ellsberg thinks that Vanunu should be praised instead of being persecuted.
I think it's essentially what they want to be, a lifetime of punishment in effect. Is it really legitimate for a country to develop nuclear weapons in secret and continue to maintain the secrecy of that indefinitely from the world, or pretend to keep that secret? I think not. I think Vanunu did exactly the right thing by telling his fellow citizens and the rest of the world that Israel had a large nuclear program. And for that, he served 18 years in prison, 10 and a half in a very small cell of isolation, 6 by 9 foot cell, what Amnesty called torture, essentially, for that long period.
Well, Israel refuses to admit that it has nuclear weapons, despite mounting evidence which began with Vanunu's revelations. Several years ago, declassified FBI documents confirmed that Israel smuggled nuclear weapon triggers from the US. And earlier this year, the Pentagon released a 1980s report that detailed Israel's efforts to develop a thermonuclear bomb. Daniel Ellsberg again says that the country probably has hundreds of atomic weapons by now.
What Vanunu indicated was that their nuclear stockpile was far larger than even our American Central Intelligence Agency had estimated. He's described in these stories as saying that it was at least 100 weapons, where they had indicated, people who had guessed earlier thought it was much lower. Actually, Vanunu was saying at that time that he thought the material was far larger than that, enough for some 300 or more weapons. And I wouldn't be surprised if to this day the Israeli stockpile is being very underestimated. That might indicate, for example, that they're actually the third largest stockpile in the world after the US and Russia, rather than lagging behind France, for example.